very fast. Stay with me. I don't have to be your friend to do my job brilliantly.
Get the president's ass out of bed now! That is what I do. And there is no one better in the entire world at it than I am.
No one knows I'm here. We're 100 miles off the coast of Zanzibar. This island doesn't even exist on a map. I'm not even Olivia Pope anymore. Television has become such a wonderful place for women to be a part of strong storytelling. So when I got a call that there was this network show that my agents just felt like this was written for you, which it wasn't. I'd never met Shonda Rhimes before, but I was like, okay, well, who wrote it? And they said Shonda Rhimes. I was like, oh, that was the first alarm. Like, whoa, this might be really important. And then I read it and was blown away. Just so taken with the script and with the character and with the world of the show. And I felt like this role is for me. I have to have this.
Making Kerry Washington Olivia Pope was a fairly obvious choice after I met her. You spend 2 seconds talking to Carrie and you realize almost immediately that she is sort of perfect for the role.
We initially thought that Olivia Pope would be older. At least I did. I'm not going to speak for Shonda, but I sort of thought, oh, she's Olivia Pope. She's at the top of her field. Yet when you meet Carrie, Carrie is so much wiser and more poised and more centered than her years that there was absolutely no question that that woman was Olivia Pope.
She's really one of the most extraordinary actors I've ever worked with. And she's her commitment, her dedication, her passion behind everything she does really makes my job much easier.
They found Harrison's body.
I know they found Harrison's body. I know that, Olivia. Is that why you're here? Did you fly all the way back from wherever Daddy sent you to tell me that?
I thought we should all plan his funeral together.
Goodbye, Olivia.
Abby?
Scenes with her are always effortless. It's just like breathing. It's with her. There's nothing laborious about it or clunky.
I find her endlessly interesting to work with. You know, there's always something else, some other little value that she's trying to discover or we're trying to discover together. So you're just never, you know, we're 4 years into this and every day I have a scene with Carrie, I'm really excited to explore it.
Burying yourself in work isn't always the best thing when you lose someone.
Running away isn't always the best thing either. You just took off for 2 months all alone.
I needed some time alone. After everything, I just needed to be alone. It's really a dialogue. You're in an ongoing dialogue from episode to episode between the writers and the actors. So we take this brilliant material that they give us and we turn them into three-dimensional characters. And then they watch those performances and they develop those ideas and evolve those ideas and sort of expand those ideas. So you're always feeding off of each other as writer and as actor. And it's very, very cool. I've never been a part of anything like that before.
From my perspective as the creator and writer of the show, I mean, she's saying every comma, every and, she's reading every stage direction. And so it feels really like she's very present and very intense with every actor. They're rehearsing, she's getting people to rehearse, you know, during break time. She's getting people to rehearse over lunch.
Carrie's great about trying to help one another figure out the most honest way to portray the scene within the realm of what the writers are looking for.
I'm a basketball nut. It's like playing basketball with a great passer like a Magic Johnson or something. That just that trust stuff. You know, this girl was born to be in the moment, so yeah, trust the moment.
She really is just present and listening and curious and then moving forward. And it just makes you know that all things are possible.
And on top of all of that, she's playing Olivia Pope and she's, you know, kicking ass as this character. And I don't know how she does it, but she's great.
One of the things that helps me most in becoming Olivia every day is the external appearance, like what she looks like. Because I don't dress like this every day. I don't wear my hair like this every day. There is a real armor to how she walks in the world.
The suits, the incredibly beautifully styled hair, the you know, the gladiator armor that she wears every day in order to function and perform.
And so when I come to work and I sit in the hair and makeup chair, those magicians, those brilliant artists, they help me to, through hair and makeup and wardrobe, transform into another person.
When we came up with Run and when we started talking about doing Run, I remember, you know, poor Carrie, I come up with these things and she sort of has to go with them, almost not knowing what's coming for her.
I remember she sent me an email while she was writing it saying, "Oh, I'm really excited about the episode and I hope it really challenges you." And I thought, uh-oh.
Pushing her to that limit was riveting, and Carrie was incredible to watch.
Stripping her of her wardrobe, which is such a huge part of that character and a huge element of her confidence and her world, really kind of got down to the core of who she is and what she's playing.
There are many, many things scarier than death.
It was almost as if Shonda handed me this movie to do in the middle of our season where it was completely different locations and completely different environment and completely different wardrobe and completely different actors.
What are you doing? What does it look like I'm doing? Not the plan.
Do it.
Quiet, Olivia. Shut up.
Do it!
We watched her go from being sort of our perfect polished Olivia Pope, sort of struggling, to being sort of accepting of this terrible environment that she was in and becoming almost sort of as violent and angry as the men who had taken her, to becoming this survivor. And by the time she comes out of that situation, by the time we get to the final episode where she's finally brought home, she really is a different person.
I think you have promise. Do you know why that matters, Susan, that I think that you have promise? Because I'm Olivia Pope. And I'd like to run your campaign free of charge. Not only can I make you the next United States Senator from Virginia, I will make you the next United States Senator from Virginia. All you have to do is say yes. Say yes, Susan.
Yes.
Thank you, Susan. Okay.
Being number one on the call sheet means that you're the leader for everybody on that set. That the set takes their cues from number one on the call sheet.
Carrie, as our number one on Scandal, is tremendous. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like it. She knows everybody's name, and I mean everybody's name.
She's very proactive. Like if there is something that needs to be fixed, she's very like Olivia Pope this way. And she'll really just sort of elicit, she'll sort of pull out from people like, what is it that you need? And then she helps and gets that accomplished. She's a really great leader and a great woman to be around.
We call her the best number one in the business, and we are not joking around because she's grace personified. That's what we say. She's grace personified.
There's a big scene this season where a multitude of people are in OPA. These are all the people that have had some sort of kinky connection with Kinky Sue, so wonderfully played by Lena Dunham. And there were a lot of people who were atmosphere or background extras, and they were very good, and they kind of had to be good because there was a lot of shouting at each other, and it had to look real, and there was a real dynamic with all these guys who were in a tough situation. And Kerry, unlike I think most people that I worked with, when the scene ended, thanked all of them and acknowledged them in front of everybody, and I just thought that was an incredibly cool thing because she was right. They had done a great job, and they are the kind of people on the set that often go unheralded, and they deserve recognition, and she gave it to them.
Carrie is successful, and as successful as she is at everything she does with movies and television and all of the political activism that she does, and you know, she's on the cover of magazines, so she's modeling, and she's, you know, a mom, and she's a wife, and so she's got a very, very full life. And I think that one of the reasons she's so successful at it is because every single thing that she does, she tries to do as best as she can, and when she is doing it, she is fully present while doing it.
She's just so busy on such a high level, and it's really fun to watch her execute it all and yet stay present every day in what she's doing.
One of the amazing things about Carrie is Carrie's one of the most curious, interested people that you will ever meet. And it's not an act. It's not polite. She's genuinely hungry for knowledge. And I think there's something about that that propels a person forward in a different kind of way. It's different than ambition, because there's something about ambition which is flat, and there's something about being really hungry to grow and learn, which fuels her, that I just think gives her this depth and this resonance. And I always feel like there's a part of her who feels like she can always do better.
I am learning, I wouldn't say I've learned, but I'm learning that one of the best ways for me to be able to show up fully is to be able to ask for help. What you see when you watch Olivia Pope is a great hairstylist and a great makeup artist and brilliant writers and a costume designer and myself and my acting coach and my assistant who helps me run lines and my nanny who's helping take care of my daughter, and that it's all of that coming together to allow me to be her. And I think the more that we give and receive help, the more we're able to grow as people. So I think that's a big part of it, is sort of realizing that you don't have to do it alone, that art is collaborative and life is collaborative.